Hello, welcome back to Learn Economia. In this video, we are going to look into another set of 15 expected questions for UGC NET exam. So let's get started. In the first question, you are given certain statements, and all these statements are related to trademark and geographical indication. So what you have to do is that you have to read these sentences. So the question is like this: in order to comply with the TRIPS agreement, India enacted the Geographical Indications of Good Registration and Protection Act of 1999. The differences between a trademark and a geographical indication is or are. So the statements are like this: a trademark is an individual or a company's right, whereas a geographical indication is a community's right. The second sentence is a trademark can be licensed, whereas a geographical indication can't be licensed. And the final one is a trademark. Final and last one is a trademark is assigned to the manufactured goods, whereas the geographical indication is assigned to the agricultural goods or products and handicrafts only. Okay, these are the three statements given, and out of the three statements, which is the right, or which all are the right ones. So these are the statements, and you have to see that. So the right answer is that only option B is right. That means that only statement 1 and statement 2 are right. Trademark is something which is related to a company's right, whereas the geographical indication is something which is related to a particular area, because it's a community right. Okay, so why it is a community right? Because it is related to a particular geography or particular area. And also a trademark can be licensed, whereas a geographical indication can't be licensed. So coming to agriculture goods and industrial goods, at this difference you have to understand the right sense is that, like, a geographical indication shows a particular agriculture or a natural or a manufactured goods originates from a definite geographical territory. That means that geographical indication can be applied to a product which is manufactured as well. It is not only related to agricultural products, it is also related to industrial products, or products which is manufactured in a particular region. The region is important, area is important, geography is important. So that's with respect to geographical indication. So with that, we move on to the second question. You are given three different countries: Brazil, Mexico, and South Africa. And according to UNCTAD, which of the above is or are categorized as emerging economies? Before that, you have to understand what emerging economies are. Emerging economies are actually emerging markets. These are nations with social or business activity in the process of rapid growth and industrialization. So these nations are in the path of industrialization, rapid industrialization. These are in the path of rapid growth. Okay, so you have Brazil, Mexico, and South Africa in the question, and the right answer is option D. That is, all these nations are considered to be emerging economies or emerging markets. The next question is with respect to the Sticklers Commission. So the question is like this: Sticklers Commission, established by the President of the United Nations General Assembly, was in the international news. So what was the commission supposed to be dealt with? This is a question, and you are given four different options. Out of this, one is only right. One only is right. Okay, so these are the options: the challenges posed by the impending global climate change and prepare a roadmap. Then you have the working of the global financial system and to explore the ways and means to secure a more sustainable global order. Then you have global terrorism and prepare a global action plan for the mitigation of terrorism. And then you have expansion of the United Nations Security Council in the present global scenario. So before identifying the right answer, let me tell you something about this particular commission, the Sticklers Commission. You can see that the President of the United Nations General Assembly, what he has done is that he had gone for a commission, or he had set up a commission which was chaired by Joseph Stiglitz. That's why the commission is known as Stiglitz Commission. Okay, so the mandate of this commission is to reflect on the causes of the crisis, assess its impacts on all economies or all countries, and it also suggests some adequate responses to avoid the recurrence of a particular crisis, and it also suggests some adequate measures in order to restore the global economic stability. So the right answer is option B, the working of the global financial system and to explore the ways and means to secure more sustainable global order. So it is something which is related to finance or in the international arena. That's it. The next question is, in the context of bilateral trade negotiations between India and European Union, what is the difference between European Commission and European Council? So you have to be very careful in dealing with these kinds of questions. So their chances are very high that you might go wrong with these kinds of questions. So read the question thoroughly. Thorough reading is very important. So here context is very important. Okay, context of bilateral trade negotiation between India and European Union. So this is very important. In this context, what is the difference between European Commission and European Council? That's it. So before going to the right answer, let's see what European Council is and what European Union is. European Council is actually the institution of European Union. This is one of the institutions of European Union which is responsible for defining the general political direction as well as the priorities of the European Union. And the European Commission is actually, the European Council is the institution of the European Union to deal with political direction as well as priorities of the Union in general, whereas the European Commission, it is the executive body of European Union. So these two things are, whether it is European Commission or European Council, both these are related to European Union. One is it is an institution. The council is an institution which deals with the political direction as well as priorities, whereas in the case of commission, it is the executive body. Okay, so you have you are given two statements here, and you have to see which one is the right thing, or whether both are correct or neither of these are correct. These are the things that you have to identify. So the first statement there is, European Commission represents the European Union in trade negotiations, whereas the European Council participates in the legislation of matter pertaining to economic policies of the European Union. Then you have European Commission comprises the heads of the state or government of member countries, whereas European Council comprises the persons nominated by European Parliament. Here the right answer is option D. That means that neither of these sentences is right. Neither one is right nor two is right. So both are wrong. Next, you have Karl Marx explained the process of the class struggle with the help of which one of the following theories. So these kinds of questions can also be asked for your exam, because these are something related to what the classical ideas. Classical, I'm not talking about the classical school of thought, but these are very much something which goes back to the tradition of economics. Okay, the evolution of economics is something which deals with all these kinds of things. So you have empirical liberalism, you have existentialism, you have Darwin's theory of evolution, and you have dialectical materialism. Actually, the right answer is option D, dialectical materialism. So it is something which tells that every economic order would be growing to a state of maximum efficiency, while at the same time it would develop some interval contradictions, and also it develops some weaknesses which would be contributing to its decay. So there would be growth, but at the same time there would be some contradictions within which will be leading to the decay of the growth. So the growth would be stopped and it will ultimately lead to a problem kind of a decay kind of a situation. That's it. So the right answer is dialectical materialism. Next question. With reference to the Look East policy of India, you are given different statements. Three statements are given, and out of these three statements, you have to find the right one. Or right one, two, or whether, and also you can identify whether all these are true or not. So you have India wants to establish itself as an important regional player in the East Asian affairs. Then you have India wants to plug the vacuum created by the termination of Cold War. Then you have India wants to restore the historical and cultural ties with its neighbors in the Southeast and the East Asia. So before understanding whether the sentences given here are right or wrong, or either one is right or two is right or three is right, you have to see what this lookist policy is. So this is a policy which was initiated by I.K. Gujral, and this was aimed to forge economic, social and cultural relations with East Asian countries via taking three different approaches. The first approach is to renew the political conducts and understand with the member states of ASEAN. Then the second approach was to attain economic interactions such as science and technology, investment as well as trade with these countries. And the third approach was to strengthen the links of defense and strategy with these countries. So the right answer here is option B. Only 1 and 3 are right. Sentence 1 and 3 are right. India wants to establish itself as an important regional player in the East Asian affairs, and also India wants to restore the historical as well as cultural ties with its neighbors in the South Asia and Southeast as well as East Asia. With that, next question is regarding the International Monetary Fund, which one of the following statements is right or correct? It can grant loans to any country, it can grant loans to any developing countries, it can grant loans to only member countries, and it can grant loans to central bank of a country. So if you have been listening to my previous if you have been listening to this question discussion session, then you can understand that we have been dealing with the concept of International Monetary Fund, we have been dealing with the concept of World Bank, we have been dealing with many international organizations in these sessions. So this is something that we have been repeatedly doing, right? So with this you can understand that these are some of the areas which you have to be very fluent with, because you have to deal with almost all the aspects of these kinds of international organizations, because you can expect questions from this. So here in this particular question, the right answer is option C. That is, it grants loans to only member nations. We know that IMF is an international intergovernmental organization that deals with a global financial system by involving in the macroeconomic policies of its member nations, and it also impacts foreign exchange of the member nations. Also there's a very important role in dealing with the balance of payments of these member nations. The next question is also with respect to IMF. IMF was established to meet which of the following objectives? So you have promoting international monetary cooperation, expanding international trade, lessening the disequilibrium in balance of trade, and avoiding competitive exchange depreciations. The right answer is option A, that is 1, 2 and 3 are right. Promoting international monetary cooperation is one of the objective. Expanding international trade is one of the another objective. Then you have lessening the disequilibrium in balance of trade, another motive of motive with which IMF was established. Okay, so it actually functions as a credit institution with when it comes to foreign exchange. It provides machinery for international consultation. It controls exchanges. It helps in the establishment of currency convertibility, and also it helps to have a stable exchange rate along with the extension of payment as well as multilateral trade. Coming to another important organization, international organization, which is World Bank. World Bank helps countries with loans for the purpose of what? Reconstruction and development, stimulating private investment, tackling foreign exchange crisis, meeting deficits in government budget. The right answer is option A, reconstruction and development. Next question. The doing business report is prepared by which of the following organizations every year? World Bank, IMF, ASEAN, and World Trade Organization. The right answer is option A, World Bank. So this report actually it is prepared by World Bank by which deals with the regulations that enhance business activity, and also it deals with the what regulations which constrains business activity. Okay, so whether a particular regulation is actually enhancing business activity or whether it is constraining business activity could be identified if you look into this report, which is the doing business report. This doing business report is prepared and released by World Bank. The next question, it's very important. The term paper gold means what? We know it is something which is special drawing rights of IMF. Other options are special accommodation facility of the World Bank, currency is still on gold standard, deficit finance. So all these are related to gold, IMF borrowing, all these kinds of things. But you have to be very, very clear with respect to this concept. What is a special drawing rights? It's very important. Next, you are given certain international organizations, and you have to see which of these agencies, which of these are the agencies of United Nations. You have IBRD, IFC, IFAD, and IMF. The right answer is option D. That is, all these organizations, all these international agencies, or all these bodies, all these entities are part of United Nations. Next, the World Development Report is an annual publication of International Bank of Reconstruction and Development, United Nations Development Program, World Trade Organization, and International Monetary Fund. So the right answer is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. So I think there's a little confusion with respect to this, because actually I was what I've done is I have just copied this question as well as answer. I think the right answer is okay. Yes. The right answer is the International Bank of Reconstruction and Development only. The World Bank, it is the one which releases the World Development Report. Okay, so there is no confusion there. Next question, which among the following statements is or are true with regard to the World Trade Organization membership? All WTO members automatically receive the most favorable nation status. Then over 75% of the World Trade Organization members are from developing countries, and the membership allows them access to developed markets at lower tariff. Here the right answer is option B, that is all the sentence 2 is right. Regarding WTO membership, only over 75% of World Trade Organization members are from developing nations, and the membership allows them to access developed markets at a lower tariff rate. Next question, consider the following objectives with respect to Bretton Woods system. We know that Bretton Woods system is something which plays a very important role when it comes to the establishment of two important international organizations. We have discussed the WB and the IMF. That WB and IMF these have been established as a result of Bretton Woods Agreement. So the objective of this agreement is to maintain the exchange rate by trying to go for currency by trying to go for the exchange of currency with the US dollar, and this also tries to bridge the temporary imbalances with respect to balance of payments. So you have to maintain exchange rate by trying its currency to US dollar and to bridge temporary imbalances in the exchanges as well as payments. So these are the two options, these are the two sentences given here, and both these are right when it comes to objective of Bretton Woods system. So the right answer is option C. With that, we end today's session. Thank you for watching, and please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more videos, and you can be a part of my Telegram channel and Telegram group to discuss your doubts. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. I'll be sharing the links of both my Telegram group and Telegram channel in the description box. That's it.